Hi, I'm Jonathan Fold. Welcome to Behind the Scenes at DirecTV, where we explore customer experience.
Talked about experimentation. There's always a possibility of success or failure with taking risks and experimenting.
Mm-hmm.
How does failure make CX more successful?
I think because of the mentality of failing fast or failing early, let's try something, let's time box it. Let's say this is the result we want to achieve within X period of time, instead of having this full, long, drawn-out program or project that might cost millions of dollars and take a year and a half to implement. Let's try something quick and dirty in our test market, see if it produces the result we want. Sometimes we fail at that. Sometimes it's like, nope, that didn't work. But you know what that did? It saved us millions of dollars in time. And sometimes they work, and it's like, great, let's scale it.
What is a failure vault? It sounds like someplace you put all of your mistakes and then you lock it up and you never show it to anybody and you don't talk about it ever again.
Yeah. Actually, no, it's the exact opposite of that. It is a place where we want to capture every point of failure that we've had, but so we can learn on it, improve on it, and not make the same mistake again. In IT, we are a huge organization, right? I mean, we have nearly 1,000 people in IT spread across 6 different functions, and within those functions, the sub-functions can be vast and varied, and we tend to act in a very siloed way still. So we have a lot of work underway to kind of improve the collaboration across those silos, but in the meantime, we had no central place to share those points of failure. So what would often occur is a point of failure might happen on one project and the exact same failure would happen again because there was no mechanism of sharing that information. So people would unknowingly kind of step in a pothole that had been there before. And the failure vault is really intended to capture those lessons learned and share them so that the person that comes after you never has to experience the pain that you just went through.
So if I am in CXIT and I fail,
right.
Is that okay?
It depends is the answer. So it really all goes back to that concept of calculated risk-taking. In some situations, so let's take billing, for example, and the simplified bill. When it comes to actually producing the bill, taking risks around the operational readiness, whether or not things are calculating correctly on the bill, those aren't acceptable, right? Those are things that would damage the reputation of the company, would prevent us from being able to capture revenue on a timely basis. Those are things where you don't want to take risks of any kind, shape, or form. How you gather requirements leading up to that, or how you might do design in a more collaborative way, something out of process, that's where you might want to take a risk because we've got a really important thing that we want to do. It's critical that everybody kind of comes along together. It's something we've never done before, and so nobody's really sure of how to do it. Take a risk in your process. Put something out there, again, time box it for a short period of time, see if it produces the result you're looking for, and if not, go back and figure out something else. Failure is more acceptable within IT than it ever has been before, as long as you learn from it, as long as you use it to be an improvement, to go back, and if you're in the middle of something and you're failing, you're able to revitalize it and deliver on the original promise or result. It's not okay to fail and not accept it, not improve or learn from it, and teach back to the organization that this is a point of failure and we don't want to do this again.
How does the customer experience business understand when CXIT fails?
It's pretty transparent to them, in large part because we have formed a very collaborative relationship with our business partners in CX. Because of their mentality in improving the customer experience in trial, in error, in experimentation, we've been able to partner with them much more closely and take risks in a way that we aren't necessarily able to with some of our other business partners. And we found that it's best just to be transparent and honest and very collaborative in our relationships because, like I said, we're doing things and touching systems that haven't been touched in maybe 20 years. With Simplified Bill, we're touching a very antiquated billing system that's been around for DirecTV's entire life cycle, 20 years. We have things built into that system that are heavy and complex, and it's with very old code. It's not modular, it's not new and modern, and so the risk when the minute you start touching anything of like disaster happening is pretty high. And so we found that the most successful way we can be successful is by engaging them and bringing them along the way, which means that our points of failure are transparent and honest and open with them. And we find that by working with them, we can solve problems together and we can make it better, have those learning moments, move forward.